I've been sitting reading the Proverbs again. And so don't be like others, just be yourself. And one particular thing, you may be a person who is always the good person. You're always doing what's right, even though you feel like it don't get you nowhere in life. You're tired of being that good person. You're just tired of it. You're tired of it. Because sometimes you think, well, me being good, it gets me nowhere. It gets me nowhere. I want to be bad. For once, I just want to open my mouth and I just want to say how I feel. I want to do it. I want to open my mouth and be that bad girl, or I want to be that bad boy, because I want people to realize that I'm not a big pushover and I'm not Miss Nice Little Girl and Mr. Nice Little Boy. You let's think about this, you all. You know if you're a really nice person, and you know that it's going to be hard for you to open your mouth and be a mean person if it's not inside your being to be a mean person, regardless of how you want to do it. You know that that's not in you, and you know that's something that you would not feel comfortable doing. Let me tell you why. Because your conscience would eat you up. Your conscience would eat you up because you're going against your conscience. You're going against that person on the inside who God made you to be. God did not make you to be a mean-spirited person. God did not make you to be a vengeful person. God did not make you to be any of that you are not. Okay, he didn't. It's not in you. And you may have done that before. You may have been there, tried that, and thinking, man, I just wish I would not even done it. I feel really bad and stuff like that. Of course you felt bad because you tried to be somebody that you're not. You tried to be somebody that you're not. You cannot help it if you're a nice person, a kind person, a loving person. Now, granted, you're going to get walked on at times. You are. But, I mean, you can stand up for yourself, and you know you can, and you can do it in a kind way. But no, it's not in you to lash out. Okay, it's not in you to be bad. It's not. Before you think about doing something like that, you are. If you're a good person, you should be really happy that you're a good person, because the world needs a lot more good people in it. It's got enough bad people in it. There's not enough good people in it. Could you imagine if everybody who was good all of a sudden decided to say, you know what, I'm tired of being good. I think I'm going to be bad. I think I'm going to do to them the way that they did to me. They're going to say that about me. I'm going to say the exact same thing back about them. No, 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 no. See, you don't do that. Please do not do something like that. Don't. It would not bode well for you. It really wouldn't. And you would not like how it made you feel on the inside. Because when you go against the grain of who you are on the inside, or somebody like compels you to do that, you know what it feels like. It don't feel good, and you feel like you're in a body that is not your own, because now you done something that you truly, if you were in your right mind, you would not have done. You all don't do it. Don't give in to pressure. Don't give in to, I just want to open my mouth and just make them pay for what they did to me. Leave room for God. Leave room for God. Let the universe take care of it. Let karma take care of it. Don't be someone that you're not just because you're getting tired of being that nice person. You're getting tired of it. Don't go the other route, you all. You, if it would make you feel better, you can look in the mirror. You truly can. You can stand in front of that mirror. Be that way with yourself in front of that mirror. Go sit there and tell yourself, you know what, you're way too nice. You're way too nice. You need to open your mouth, and you will not even be able to finish the conversation with yourself when you're sitting there looking in the mirror at yourself, and you wanna be that bad girl, or you wanna be that bad boy when you're good, inherently good. You you go ahead and look in the mirror and try to have that conversation with yourself and see how far you get with yourself. You ain't going to get very far at all. You're not. You're going to start laughing at yourself because you're going to be looking at yourself. You all try it. Try it. Gina, have you ever tried it? No, but I'm envisioning it right now. No, I wouldn't even be able to finish the conversation because that's not me. Could you imagine? You're set there and you're nice. You're a nice person, and you wanna open your mouth and say something, especially like if you're in a workplace and people are mean to you and you just want to open your mouth. I couldn't do it myself, you all. I couldn't when I was done bad in the workplace. I could not open my mouth and say to them the way that they would say to me, or do to them the way that they would do to me. I couldn't. I was too nice. So your next best step is try to have that conversation if you're in front of the mirror. If you can make it through there without laughing, then you might, I don't know. I don't know. I do not know, you all. I could go in that mirror in there and say, Gina, you know what? You are too nice for your own good. I could do that in here, but there's no way I'd be able to quit laughing. I am too nice for my own good. And if you're listening to this and you're a nice person, you're too nice for your own good. People, and they may tell you, that there's something wrong with that. They're way too nice. People should not be that nice. They should not be good. Why you have a smile on your face? Why you always smiling? Can I smile if I want to smile? Can I smile if I want to smile? Can I laugh? Can I giggle? Okay, you can do it. If you want to smile, if you want to think about the silliness and stuff, thinking, you're too nice. You just want to you want to say something, but you don't want to say something. Listen now, I'm serious. You do not. You don't want to go around saying things that would hurt other people's feelings, especially if it's not in you to do that. Now, there are those who it is in them to open their mouth, and they will they'll let the vomit more or less come out of their mouth, and they'll say all kinds of mean things. You know why? Because out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. They're not going to have a problem with it. But you try to get that type of individual who's like that to open their mouth and say really nice things and mean it, oh, they can't do it. You wouldn't catch that type of individual, a mean-spirited individual, a not so nice person, a bad person, looking in the mirror and be able to have a serious conversation with themselves, telling them that they need to be nicer to people, because that person in the mirror is going to look back at them thinking you're talking to the wrong person in that mirror, because I'm not gonna be nice because it's not in me to be nice. See, that'd be the total opposite. But you take a nice person like yourself, you talk in the mirror, and you try to tell yourself you need to now you can tell yourself you need to toughen up, but you'll toughen up and you'll still be nice as you're toughened up. You'll still get your point across while being very kind and loving, because you'll be true to yourself, and the frequency will still be there. You don't want to be somebody that you're not. Mm-hmm. Mm. I'm talking to the man in the mirror. I'm telling him he changed his ways. That's right. You got to know who you're talking to. You got to know who you're talking to. Um, um, that's right. You're always be by yourself. There's enough others. That's right, you are. It has potential. Let me hear Adam. Being nice has potential for turning evil spirits around. 180 degrees. We all need more angels. Absolutely, we do. But it is really hard. It's really, really hard for someone who don't know how to be nice to be nice. because it's literally, mm, it's going to kill them, more or less. It's going to kill them. They're not going to want to do it. They're not, especially if they're really angry. You ever tried talking to somebody when they're sitting there and they're flying into a fit of rage, and you just sitting there looking at them, and you'd like to speak, but you know you can't, because you can't get a word in edgewise. Even if you try to, but, oh no, they're going to talk louder, and they're going to talk over you. Why? Because they're caught up in a fit of rage. They want their voice heard, and nobody else. You ever been around that? It's best to hold your tongue and just let them go on, go ahead, do it, and tell me how it makes you feel. How does it make you feel to stand there and run me down to the ground and call me every single name in the book? Because some people do get treated like that. Gina, do you get treated like that? No, I don't. I don't get treated like that. But there are some people who will literally stand there and they'll cut a person down and they'll have no remorse about it. That person like that is a very miserable, miserable person, and don't waste your energy on it. And if that is you, I'm sorry that you had to be a sounding board. Yeah, because it doesn't feel good. Like the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never harm me. Words will cut straight through you worse than any sticks and stones. Words can do a lot more damage than anything like that. That's why the power of life and death is in the tongue. It's in the tongue. So before you want to go into a fit of rage, if you're somebody who's not so nice a girl or not so nice of a boy, before you feel like you want to go out there and open your mouth and start lashing into somebody because you feel they deserve it, they deserve your wrath. They did it on purpose. Who said they did it on purpose? Did you say they do it on purpose? There are those who do say that. They say, well, they did it. They did it on purpose. They made me upset. They knew that I was going to get mad. Let me tell you something. To the people who talk like that, to the people who say that the nice people knew that that was going to make you mad and they did it on purpose. Why would they want to deliberately stand there and do something, know that you're going to fly off the handle into a fit of rage so they can incur your wrath? What woman, what man, what child would want to put themselves in that position if they knew? They wouldn't. They wouldn't. If you're a person who's not so nice and they feel that they have always got to be right and everybody's always out to get them and everybody's doing things to make you mad, if you're that type of person who feels that, stop before you think that way and open your mouth and start throwing your daggers. My throat tried to tickle on me, so I took a drink of coffee. Yeah, you need to keep a tight rein on your tongue, okay? Keep a tight rein on your tongue and learn to train and discipline that tongue of yours before you cause some more damage, and then you're going to really feel bad because you're going to have a lot of resentment towards you. There's a flip side. You don't want to be someone that you're not, and you certainly don't want to lash out at others. You don't, because it's not good being on the receiving end of people who feel it's okay for them to run others down to the ground and blame them for everything that goes on. No, that's wrong. That is wrong. Now, enough of that. If you have that bad habit, you need to stop it. Really. You need to stop it. Learn to grow in love. Love, on the inside of your being. Get you some love. Yeah, because you don't got to be that way. That is a choice, just like love is a choice. Getting upset is a choice that you make. Wouldn't you rather not get upset, make that choice? You know what? For once in my life, I'm not going to blame somebody else for what I did, for what happened. I'm just going to say things happen. And I'm not going to call them every single name in the book just because it makes me feel better. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to change my ways. Somebody listening to this will do that. They will change their ways because they'll catch themselves. I know at least one person will do it, so it's worth it. It's worth it to draw attention to yourself that maybe you're the culprit in a lot of the stuff. You'll feel a lot happier, and you'll have that change that is generated on the inside of your being. I wasn't going to do a video. I was going to show the Proverbs, but then I said, no, I'm just sit there. And I was sitting there thinking about good people. It's really hard for a good person to be a bad person. It is. You don't want to try to steer somebody in that direction. You're too good. You're too bad. I mean, you're too good. We need to get you doing some little bad stuff. You need to open your mouth and do this. Come on, I want to. No. Why can't I be good? Why can't I be nice? Why can't I be happy? Why do I got to be a bad girl? Why do I got to be a bad boy? That's not in me. I don't want to be that way. You're going to try to turn me inherently into something that God didn't make me to be. Okay, you are. You don't have to. Don't you do it. Don't you be giving in to peer pressure. Don't. And if you're afraid to open your mouth and you're a good person and you got something you want to say, pray about it and meditate. And you can find that courage. Ask for strength to open your mouth. Pray and ask for strength because the strength will come if you truly do mean it. And the perfect words will come out of your mouth. The perfect words. And whoever you have to say those perfect words to, they may look at you and they may say, I'm glad that you told me that. I am. I would not have known. Thank you. Thank you, because I would not have known. I wish you would have told me sooner. That does happen, you all. That does happen. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of strength for a person who is not used to opening their mouth, especially if you're a really quiet person and you're kind and your voice is really quiet. Your voice is like that of a mouse, and you're not one to raise your voice or anything like that. You're not. It takes a lot of strength to raise your voice. To raise your voice. I've only raised my voice maybe, I can say, less than 20 times in my whole entire marriage. 20 times, less than that. I'm 57 years old, and truly, even in my lifetime, I'm not one to raise my voice. You can sit there and you can do your fit throwing and stuff like that. You go ahead, raise your voice and scream your head off, whoever you are, even in the workplace, you go ahead and do it. Because all the while I'm looking at you thinking, does it make you feel good? Does it, to lose control, to be out of control? I'm going to sit and think that. And I've done it. I've done it. Does it make you feel good to be out of control? No, it doesn't. It doesn't make anybody feel good when they're out of control like that, you all. If you think it makes them feel good, oh, on the inside, on the core of their being, they don't feel good. They may have surface level feel good because they're like that volcano going off. It does not make them feel good. They may think it does. Their face get red. They could even have a heart attack getting themselves so upset. But they're out of control. And they truly, people who lose control often wish they could be in control like others who are, because they can't fathom it. They don't know what it's like. They think, for once, I'd love to be able to be in control and not blow the lid off of my head, blow my temper in a volcano. No, they would love to be in control, but it takes practice. It does take a lot of practice and discipline. It does. Um, you need to be who you are and not someone you're not. So if you're a good girl or a good boy and you wish for once you could just not be that good girl or good boy because you just had it, you're going to have a hard time being a bad girl, and you're going to have a hard time being a bad boy because that's not who you were made to be on the inside. You're probably a peacekeeper. You're a peacekeeper is what you are. There's not very many peacekeepers on the earth. There really aren't. There's not many people who are like that on the inside or who even desires to be that way. There aren't. If you look at the big bulk of people, no, there's not. Now, granted, there may be more than we know of. There may be. Yeah, so it's going to be hard for you to say bad things if those bad things aren't in your heart either. Yeah, it's got to be in your heart. Otherwise, it's not going to come out of your mouth. Okay, it is. It's got to be inside that heart in order to come out. Out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. You may say, well, I just don't know what got into those people. They're normally so quiet. I never heard nothing come out of their mouth, and then all of a sudden, something came out of their mouth. There are those people who will do it. They're really quiet. They don't open their mouth, and then they just had enough, and then boom, it comes out. And you're thinking, where did that come from? Well, I guess they had to release some pressure. They had to release some pressure on the inside of them. And they probably felt good doing it. They probably did. But don't expect it from people like that all the time, especially if they're really quiet. Don't expect that to be their new norm, because it's not going to be their new norm. They just about had it. They could have had it for years and years and years and years, and then open their mouth, you all. Don't expect that to be a new norm. Okay, and don't go around and be doing that. You all give this video a thumbs up. Yeah, you got to be who you're made to be on the inside. And it's going to be hard if you're a good person to be a bad person, to think really bad things and say bad things. No, you're going to feel bad because when you look at it, if you flip the tables around, you wouldn't want that done to you, because chances are you've had that done to you and it didn't feel good. It did not feel good at all whatsoever. No, it don't feel good. Just imagine children also. They on the receiving end and stuff like that. You got some good children who got some nice things, and there's a little quiet mouths and stuff. And other ones who they're a handful. They just cannot keep their mouth shut. They can't. You're thinking, man, you better just stop it. You are just, why you want to sit there and argue? Chances are, when you have a child like that, they're hearing it somewhere. They are. Yeah. It's hard, you are. You can't really change who you are at the core of your being. It literally would take an act of God, and you don't want to be somebody you're not, especially if it doesn't fit who you are on the inside. You'll see it. You can tell. You ever look at people, just look at their face at times, and you can pretty much read what type of individual they are on the inside, what type of spirit they got, by looking into their eyes and their facial expressions too. You can read them. You can read them really well. Just their face themselves. Just their face. You can read them quite well. It's like wisdom softens a man's harsh appearance. Wisdom, the wisdom on the inside. If you truly do got wisdom on the inside, it will soften your face. It will soften your looks. It will. You'll see it. It's like the whole entire, it'll be like a piece that comes over a person. You ever see a person like that? Who might have had like a stern look on their face or something. Then all of a sudden one day something happens to them and you see them again and their face looks so peaceful. So peaceful, and you're thinking, they look like a totally different person. Totally different. It's just a nice look. It really is, especially if you've seen a person a certain way their whole life, and then, wow, they look so peaceful. They look really peaceful. And you feel it too. You feel the peace because it's radiating off of them. And it's like a miracle happens. It's like my grandmother, something happened to her mind, and her mind was like gone for years. And on her deathbed, her face was not too soft, but she sat up in her bed and she looked at my mother and said hello to her. And she laid back down, and when she took her final breath, she had a peace on her face that I had never seen in years. It's like her soul was now at peace. But during those years up into there, that peace was gone. It was gone. Yeah. You all, now listen to me. It's hard to be a bad person when you're a good person. And don't be trying to make good people bad people. No, don't be doing that. They don't. Because us good people might try to make you a good person when you're a bad person, and you ain't going to like it. You ain't. You're not going to like it. We may be doing some praying. We're going to get down on our knees and meditate and lighting candles and stuff and doing all kinds of things. We got to turn these people around. They're too mean for their own good. We got to put some love of God on the inside of them. Get some love. Yeah, because I don't know if you're going to like it. Do you ever hear those people saying, you are not going to change me? You are not changing who I am on the inside. You are not. You think I'm going to do this? I'm not. And you may be that person all the while who thinking, I didn't say nothing. See it, but all the while, it's like a knowing. You ever notice this? All the while, these people who refuse to change, and they'll tell you, you think I'm going to change? I'm not changing for you or nobody else. You ever been around those people? And when you hear them say that, you're sitting there thinking in the back of your mind, in the deep crevices of your soul, your spirit's thinking, as soon as you said those words coming out of your mouth, my spirit's telling me a whole different story, because I know that you're going to have to eat your words one day. But you keep silent. You keep silent. You keep silent because your spirit inside knows. Knows. Don't ever, don't ever issue statements. Let statements like that come out of your mouth. Because the moment you start having, you're never going to do this and nobody's going to do this, and they coming out of your mouth, that is a proclamation. That is a proclamation that is heard from above. And the table's going to get flipped on you. They're going to get flipped. And the day will come. And you'll remember your words that day you change. The day you said you ain't never going to do this or that, is nobody's going to change you. That's right, nobody but God. The love on the inside, boom. Think I'll fix you? I will fix you. You're never going to change. I'm going to fix you, because you have literally issued a edict, a proclamation with your mouth, and I'm going to show you who's God. Who's God. It happens. It happens. It happens. Yeah, it does, you all. Hello there, Danny, honey, you all. Yeah, it's hard to be a bad person when you're a good person, even though you must wish, I wish I could just open my mouth. You all, I can't do it. It's not in me. I would be really, really hard pressed to do unto others, if I've done bad, to do that back into them. I can't do it. I can't. Have you ever found that out? Do unto others if they done you bad or said bad things and stuff. Could you literally do that? If it's not in you to do it, could you do it? Yeah. Mm. I it's hard. I don't even have the desire to do that to somebody else. I don't. If they want to sit there and treat me unkind, or even like in the workplace, how I got treated, I couldn't do that to them. Couldn't. Couldn't. Yeah. An eye for an eye? No. Because I got to live with that person on the inside of me. Right there. You got to live with that person. You got to live with that person too. You do, you all. You can't do it. You know you can't. You don't want to do it. It's not, you got free will. You've got free will. But that free will on the inside of you is not going to want you to do it. And you're not going to do it. You're not. You're not going to be mean and spiteful and hateful, vindictive. You're not. Even though you got free will, you're going to choose to do the right thing. You are. I mean, you're not going to be no doormat or anything like that. You're going to remove yourself from certain situations. You're going to walk away at times. You are. And if you're going to do something, it's going to be done out of love, because that's how you walk in this world. It's from a position of love. Love is the greatest power, the greatest force that you have on the inside of your being. That's where you're going to come from. You're not going to come from a position of hate and I'm going to get you back. You just wait. I just can't wait. I'm going to get you. Oh, you're going to get it. No. You're not. Stay true to yourself. You got the love at the core of your being, and you truly do. Don't be like others like that. Don't be somebody you're not. Even though you may feel like it, leave room for God. Leave room for the karma. Leave room for the karma, because we all reap what we sow. And it comes back in a way that you could never imagine, in a way that you least expect it. It does. At a time you least expect it. It's not always, oh, I did this, so I'm going to have this exact same thing come back at me. No, it don't work that way. Whatever comes back at you is going to come back in a way that is best for you, okay? And if you've done wrong to people, just because you done something wrong a certain way and you knew you did it and you did it on purpose, you're thinking, well, I'm not going to have that done to me. No, sometimes it's something a lot worse is going to happen to you because of what you did. Something a lot worse. So it's not always, but it's fitting. It's fitting sometimes. But we ain't going to get into that. You're going to be a good person, and you're not going to be a bad person. You're not going to do the bad to others that they do to you. You're not going to open your mouth if you're a good person, and spew out the venom. No, you're not. It's not in you to do it. And if you think it is, then you have to pass the test. You have to go stand in the mirror and tell your sweet little self, that you know what, you need to open your mouth and you need to say this and you need to say that to whatever. You need to open your mouth and you need to do that. See how far you get with that conversation with yourself. Go past the test in the mirror, because when it comes right down to it, you know you ain't going to do it. You're not going to do to them the way that they did to you. You're not. And if you're a bad person, well, you can go talk it to yourself in the mirror. You can have a serious conversation with yourself in the mirror and say, you know what you really did was not nice. You should not have done that. You should not have said that. Do you realize that you hurt these people's feelings? Do you know that when you did this, what you did with your words? Do you know how bad you make me look? Now, you can have a conversation. If you're a bad person and you've done something bad and opened your mouth, go stand in that mirror and you can lecture yourself and tell them how bad. Tell that person in the mirror how bad they made you look to others. See, you can tell them that. Say, you really made me look really bad. You gave me a bad rap. Now you made us both look bad. Because you opened your mouth and you did that thing. Now you made us both look bad, and I'm really tired of you doing that to me. You all could do that. Flip it around and tell yourself you made us both look bad because you would not keep your mouth shut. You just had to do it. Thanks a lot. You can tell yourself. Now you can talk to yourself in there. If you're a bad person, you go ahead and talk to yourself like that in there because you deserve it. You're your own worst critic. So you point at that person in the mirror, say, you know what, look what you did to us. How dare you do that? Don't you dare do that again. I'm not going to stand for it. Yeah, go ahead. Tell yourself that. That's okay. I think that's perfect. Perfect for the bad boys and girls who go do stuff and open their mouth and say things and do things deliberately just to hurt someone else. You go ahead and have a lecture with yourself in that mirror and mean it. Mean it from right there, because I guarantee you, you're going to catch the attention of yourself. You're going to catch your attention. You're going to mean business, because you're going to look in your eyes. You're going to look at yourself in the eyes and you're going to see that you mean business, that you're serious, you're tired of it. You're going to start turning around. If you might want to wake up every morning and tell yourself that, don't you dare be opening your mouth today and saying what you feel like's on your mind. You learn to keep your mouth shut. If you're a bad person, Gina, but we're not all bad. I'm being sarcastic. If you're a bad person and you have a trouble keeping your mouth shut, every morning when you look in that mirror, brush your teeth after you're done. Don't do it with toothpaste in your mouth or nothing. You point there in that mirror and tell yourself, now you better keep your mouth shut today. And remember, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, keep your mouth shut. That way we can make it through the day without you getting upset and making us both look bad. You can do it, you all. I promise you, you can do it. You got to be kind on here. Don't be getting yourself timed out by our Apple Brooks, honey. No, if you don't like Gina, honey, well then get yourself out of here. That's right. Don't be getting yourself timed out. If you don't like Gina, honey, what I have to say. excuse me, some people don't like nice people. They don't like the spirit in them. Probably because you got a clashing of the spirits. Of course you don't, because the frequency in me is going to be different than the frequency in you, and my frequency is going to rub you the wrong way. My words are going to rub you the wrong way because you ain't going to want to hear it. That's too bad. I'm not going to change my frequency lower. I may vibrate it even higher just to do it. I may vibrate it even higher. You all, we can do it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right, you all. We gonna get it going on. We can. I've been trying to be a good girl. I am. Reading the Proverbs. I love it. It just flows. You ever read them? And they just flow. Just flow. The words just flow because you read it your whole life. And it's like it's food to your soul. It is. We gotta rise above it. That's right. You are planting good seeds. I think that's wonderful to plant good seeds. It's hard. You don't want to plant no bad seeds. You do not. Tell you what, you go around planting bad seeds around certain people, and then you have to come back to those people. They're going to remember what type of seeds you planted and what came up as a result, and they're not going to be too happy with you. You want to plant some happy seeds because you want some good fruit. You want some good plants. You do. You don't want no weeds growing up. You want to leave really happy tracks. Good memories. You do. You want to leave the good memories, the good words. Your words can feed another person, or they can literally starve a person to death. That's right. Your words can be nourishing, or you can cause a famine inside somebody. Don't do it. So I'm going to go, you all. I'm done running my mouth. Gina, you ran your mouth a lot. That's okay. I wanted nothing but good to come out. I did. I had something to say, and I said it. My words are done, you all. They're absolutely done. So with that being said, remember, if you're a good person, it's going to be really hard for you to be bad because it's not in you, and you don't want to be somebody you're not. You can have the courage to speak up and say what you need to say without being rude and disrespectful. I promise you, you can. And if you're a bad person, make sure you go in front of the mirror before you leave your house or throughout the day and tell yourself in that mirror, now don't be getting me and you in trouble. Keep your mouth shut. Don't be saying things that you shouldn't say because you're making me look bad and I'm trying to clean up my image. Okay, you need to tell yourself that. So I'm going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. You all give this video a thumbs up. These are words to live by. They really are. Yeah, you want to be true to who you are on the inside. And if you're not true to who you are on the inside, you want to get there. And you want it to be a good you, not a bad you. I mean, you can tell yourself, straighten up your act. I want to be good. I want to turn over a new leaf. I want people not to be able to recognize that bad person ever existed in this body. You can do it. You can do it, you all. Love you.